Welcome back, guys, to the final Western Conference preview for the playoffs. So, lastly, we have Edmonton and LA. LA definitely being the surprise team of the playoffs this season. Edmonton goes 49-27-6 with 104 points. LA 44-27-11 with 99 points. Same amount of losses, however, Edmonton with 5 more wins. Edmonton was second in the Pacific. LA was third in the Pacific. Edmonton 5th in the West. LA 6th in the West. Edmonton 11th in the league. LA 14th. Goals for, Edmonton is 7th with 290. Goals against, 16th with 252. And then the goal differential is plus 38, not too shabby if you are Edmonton. Goals for LA, 20th, 239, essentially another Dallas. Goals against, however, 8th, 236th. Goal differential, plus 3. The lowest of all the playoff teams and the teams that have a plus, but that's the smallest amount of plus that they have. Factors for both teams. It was very hard to find factors for both of these teams. And Vancouver was in either of their spots. I think I'd have more factors if... Actually, I would. That's probably the only team I could probably. If Vegas or Vancouver made it, I could say I probably have more factors to write down. Goaltending, both of them have pretty good goaltending. Mike Smith 9-0 coming into this. They have Koskinen as a backup, who has been playing better recently. Then you have LA, who has Jonathan Quick, veteran, known Conn Smythe winner, Team USA's goalie for like the last decade. And then you also have Cal Peterson, who's a younger goaltender who's going to start, once Quick is gone, is going to be handed the reins, I'm sure. And this is essentially a last hurrah for LA. That reminds me, I can write another thing down. LA has motivation. Well, they both... Actually, no, I can't write that down because they both have motivation. Connor McDavid is in his prime, and Edmonton is trying to get this man a cup. Dustin Brown is retiring at the end of the year, so this is his essentially last hurrah with LA. So it's going to be a very interesting series with both teams being very, very similar in what their goals are. Factors for Edmonton, I can only think of offense. McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, Evander Kane. They've got some weapons on offense. Defense, LA, they have excellent defense, as you've seen, 8th in the league with that. They've got a veteran in Alex Edler with some leadership on the back end. But however, Duncan Keith is leadership for Edmonton on the back end as well. So these teams, they're so hard to compare. Edmonton doesn't have great depth. LA just has a lot of young players. So if a factor was youth, LA would have it, but I wouldn't say youth is exactly a factor for the playoffs. These teams also don't have a lot of experience. Duncan Keith probably is the most experienced out of everyone in the lineups. And, there's really not much I can write else about them. Meetings for these teams. These teams played each other 4 times. The first time was in Edmonton on December 5th, 2021. LA wins that one 5-1. In LA for the second meeting on February 15th, 2022, Edmonton wins 5-2. In Edmonton for the third meeting on March 30th, 2022, Edmonton wins 4-3 in a shootout. And then in LA for the fourth meeting on April 7th, 2022, Edmonton wins 3-2. These teams haven't played each other in the playoffs, I believe, since the early to mid-'80s. So they really don't have any recency. They're in the same division, and they see each other 4 times a year. So that's pretty much the only experience that these teams have. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys and for this one. There's really not much to say about this one. It seems, when you look at it on paper, it seems so lopsided with McDavid and Draisaitl, but then you just see the LA's defense and their I guess I want to say maybe more motivation. McDavid is still going to have many brilliant seasons to come, so is Draisaitl. LA, Dustin Brown's in his final year, so time is limited for him. This is going to be, if this is a sweep, it's his last 4 games. If it's a long playoff run, it's his last 20 or so games. So LA's going to try to bring that out as long as possible. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this one. Tell me who you think is going to win this series, because I'm very interested to see your guys' opinion on this one. So again, I'm going to take a small break right now. Probably just rest my voice a little bit, possibly play some NHL 22. But we'll be back, and we'll be covering the Eastern Conference when I come back. So I'll have you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.